Mrs. Danielle DeVita back with another video. I overheard someone say that marriage is overrated. A lot of women say, I like the strong silent type. Well, a lot of men like the feminine silent type. And for sure, it's going down. So a lot of times people are not getting the when to speak and when to be quiet is one of the most powerful. She's going to be aggressive, thinking that. And as someone who's been married for 12 years, she's driven, not lazy. And this will make yourself and get on the right path. That understand that you might be doing a disservice to your daughter if you don't help her understand vetting and proper decision making. Now she's going to be a basket case later. If you don't help her understand emotional intelligence, she's going to hold on to a lot of emotional baggage. If you don't. Hello, welcome to Mrs. Danielle DeVita. I am a relationship and femininity coach, and my goal is to help you be in a healthy and happy relationship. And I do that by talking about how to be a feminine woman, how to get on your feminine journey, how not to stay in relationships longer than you need to be in. I also help men in making sure that you are, commanding respect from the woman you want. I have a book coming out with just that name. So this is also about vetting and, exuding masculine energy in your relationships. And of course, this channel is for people who want traditional style relationships. But I wanted to say thank you for taking the time to tune into me. If this is your first time, sit back, relax, go ahead and comment. Join the conversation by calling 813-816-1813. Or you can join the convo by going ahead and clicking on the link I have right here. StreamYard link. On Facebook, listening to me, follow me, or listening after the fact. Follow me on Instagram, TikTok as well. Same thing as well with YouTube. You can go ahead and subscribe to my channel. I truly appreciate you all. Just so you know, I do have a book that's coming out. I was hoping for it to come out closer to the holidays, but apparently it doesn't work like that with publishing. So I do have this book coming out, Command Respect from the Woman You Want. So that'll be coming out soon, and it's a quick guide for men. And also I have a book coming out for women, which I may take a little bit longer, maybe going into February to get that published, because I still have to go through editing. And this is Girl, Go Get Your Husband. And then I have a book for teenagers that will also be coming out called Boy Bye for teenage girls. So I think if you are, I think you could read the book for men, and I think it would apply just the same. Because if you're a boy, you're going to be growing into a man, and that would be best. But adolescent girls and women sometimes go through different things at different times in their lives, so there needs to be a book separate for that. But thank you all, Branded McGowan, thank you very much for taking the time to listen to me. So I have some content for you today, and we're going to talk about time to divest from black men. That's a question mark because, of course, I am married to a black man. But we are going to talk about a lot of women who are talking about divesting, and I want to break this down. So hopefully the video works the way I want it to. I want it to be on screen while I am on screen. So if it doesn't work, I'll just do the main video where you listen to the content, and then I come back and provide my input. Let's get it. I don't think I'll be able to do that because I'm looking now, and the live stream isn't it looks like it's going in and out. Let me try it real quick. All right, so let's turn up the volume, and then let's see if it's going to play for us. So I think it is free. So let me just go ahead and play it from the main video, since it's not doing it now. All right. Today, going into the new year. So happy new year, everyone. Here we go. To say bye-bye, yo. Bye-bye, yo.
Okay, I cannot say this any clearer. If you are a black woman who wants to live a good life, who wants a relationship that's based on more than struggle or your ability to provide for grown men, if you want to be married, it is really time that you look around you, pay attention, and divest now. Because, yeah, what she said.
So we heard what she said, right? But first, I wish I could put this on here so you could see. I want you to see the beginning, but you can't. Maybe if you go back to it, you can. But I'm gonna read it so you can hear what she's saying. In the very beginning, there's a woman that's saying bye like this, right? And she said, saying bye bye to all the bad man, them, white men that like my skinny ass if I want to be married by 35. Now, first, let's speak about grammar because no one wants to be with someone who is illiterate, right? And I understand we make mistakes, we do typos, we all do that. But if you're going to publish something, most people go back and look at their own content and make sure it published through and everything. But obviously, she didn't. So she didn't notice that her grammar is improper. She has incorrect words and things like that. So if we're going to talk about how she said bad men, and then she says that's why we're going to go ahead and date white men. It's a black girl. So obviously she's trying to say bad men are the black men. And I think this is the propaganda that we have today that we associate with our failed relationships, and we correlate that to race, and then we say so all men of the same race are the same. Right. So I'm talking to women right now because this is about women who want to divest. If you don't know what divest is, it's where women are saying we are no longer going to be with black men. We're going to be with other men of other races. However, they don't say men of other races. They don't just say everyone who is not a black man. What they say is white man. So their first two is white man, not Hispanic, not Asian, not Indian, not someone who is just non-black, but the white man. So, and I have no issues with anything like that. But what I find irritating about this is we associate race with poor behavior, and this is the propaganda that has been put on the black community for a long time. We associate what one person has done, and and if they being the powers that be, have correlated that to one race and use the media as the influence to show that see, black women are fast. See, black men are bad. And then when you have an issue and you bump into someone who is either fast or bad, now you correlate that to the whole race. Just say that you have not properly vetted for the man that was, deserving of you in your time. You have wasted that time and did on that man. And then if you and the problem is, so this is the other thing. You're 35. If you're 35, it's the issue. Who really is the issue? Is it black men or you? Right? And I have someone who looks like they want to provide their commentary. Come on. I added you.
Can you hear me?
See, it should be coming up pretty soon. I
Mm.
can. I can hear you. How you doing?
Hey, how you doing? Happy New Year to
You're up.
you.
You are live. Good.
Yes, thank you.
Happy New Year to you too. What did you want to invest
Yeah.
in black men? That's what the title is, the topic.
Well, well, I'm trying to make sense. Is that these modern women nowadays, like they want everything so quick and they want everything so fast. They think that they entitled to whatever they believe they should have, and yet they haven't even put in any of their work or their investment into anything that they deserve or wanted. But they talking about they want to be, strong and independent, but yet they're not putting in the work for this work for themselves.
I agree. I do think a lot of women, and I'll say women in general, not just black women, not just group. Women in general have become entitled in the Western world, in the Western world, being in the United States and Europe and things like that. We sometimes as women think that we are entitled to whatever a man. I do agree with you on that. A lot of times we do put a lot of time and energy in our careers, but we don't invest times in ourselves, how to heal, how to properly and move from one person to the next and still have our mindset intact. A lot of times we don't work on ourselves, but we work on our careers. So yes, we do want to be Miss Independent, but we don't want to do the work that it takes to have a happy and healthy relationship. We say we deserve this type of man, we deserve that, but we're not putting out what we say we want. We're not meeting our own requirements, meeting the qualifications of a relationship, but we sure will meet the qualifications for a job. So I truly agree with that. I think that we become entitled in today's society. And maybe, winter is still here. So maybe there'll be some humbling for some women. Some people still haven't bounced back from COVID. So hopefully, be some humbling times where people can get to the point and say, you know what, I need to chill out. I'm not all that I thought I was. So hopefully we'll get there.
Right. We got this month and 2 more months to go, and I just celebrated my 37th birthday on the 20th of last month, and well, and I had my New Year's resolution. Say that I just want to I want to start fresh, and I want to I like to start hit the road driving 18 wheels as soon as I
What
take
was
my
that?
test.
I think of.
Think about talk about after New Year. That's how I want to start. I'm gonna start taking a test for my CDL license. Just to drive trucks, so I can
I might be
invest
having
in my. Uh, can you hear me? I can hear you a little bit.
Are you there?
Yeah, I hear you. I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I see you.
Yeah, but can you hear me? Okay, now can you hear me?
Are you up? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you loud and clear.
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. Yeah, like I said, I was
You're good.
like yeah, like I said, I'm starting like I said this year. I'm starting to plan on getting my CDL license, to drive trucks, so I can start, investing like for my future. Like I said, I'm 30, I just turned 37, so I got to, I'm trying to invest for myself, and try wherever I want to think about what I want to build or to do with my life and stuff, to better myself, and then maybe I can find the special woman that in my life that we can build with together, so that we can have anything we want to, so to just keep just keep things going smoothly, and um you know just keep things going and moving right and stuff, like to start a family, and then in case we have children or whatever, we got to we got to have to protect them and invest in them as well. I'm trying to think of the word, what you call it, like when you get old, and and you retire, and you got you're trying to pass the children down something. I forgot the word. But I think you know what it is. So just just know you got to build your life, and your husband, yours, and the kids, so that they can have so you and the family can have the good financial stability. Just to keep everything. happy.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. I think we're going in and out, but I did hear
Yeah.
what you were saying a little bit. I think that it's good that you're investing, in the license that you need. I think it's great that you are setting yourself up for success and doing what you need to do for the family that you want. I think that's great. I am having little issues with the streaming, so some of what you're saying,
Mhm.
I'm not able to. All
That's okay.
right, so I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Well, if you still want to go ahead and comment, go ahead and do that. I'm gonna go ahead and take you off of here because it looks like it's acting up a little bit more than I anticipated. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, you go ahead and do you can go ahead and do what you gotta do, just
Thank you.
get the stream going right, whatever. But I'll be calling back the next time because I have been subscribed and I love the channel and keep up the good work. I'll be here hear from me soon again. And
Yes,
happy
thank you.
holidays.
If the video guys adds up, yes, guys, just so you guys know, if the video adds up, you can still call in if you want to still join the conversation. There's a number on the screen, 813-816-1813. You can do that if you don't want to chat on the phone or chat in the comment section. So you can still do that. But I appreciate you taking time to call in. If you join the conversation, you can definitely do that by clicking on the screen. Um, Let me play this other video for you all too, because this video is a little something interesting too. But before I do that, is the video that the first lady had. She said, let me, wave bye before, well, let me read it again so you guys can see how exactly what she sounded like. Saying bye bye to all the bad men, them, and date the white men that like my skinny A if I wanted to be married by 35. And then it looks like a stitch video from TikTok. Then another lady comes in and says, yes, this is what we need to do. A lot of times we have poor, our relationship with someone was not so great. So again, we talk about how now all people are just like this person. But what we failed to realize is that we didn't make the proper decisions that we needed to make. All right. We don't have to be in relationships longer than we need to be in. If this person is not doing what they need to do, we can move on. We don't have to have a struggle relationship. I think that's what this girl was talking about, a struggle relationship. That has to do with the man himself, not because of his race. Like we say, oh, I don't want to do this construction work. I want to deal with this manual labor who does this. When I see people out doing construction, it's not just Black men. It's other groups of men out there too. So if they have the same income, if they're making the same amount of money as this Black man, whatever woman has is going to have that same level of financial struggle. So it doesn't have to do with the race. It has to do with just the income that person is receiving. We like to say, oh, well, we're struggling. We need to be with men who got money, as if only one group of men have money. I think that if you want to be with this type of man, that means you need to meet the qualifications for that man. A lot of time we talk about the high valued man. Well, this high value man, there's a certain qualification that you need to have if you want to be with that man. So let's look at this other woman has a little conversation that she wants to say too. I hope that this streaming works for this one. If it doesn't, I'm going to go straight to the video for this. And I had someone else that was coming on. I think they got booted off. So here we go. Yeah, it's not coming up. It's coming up too late. So let me play this and then I'll be back.
Okay, so this dude right here, I swear he has a problem, but it's okay. So he says that Black women are not being proposed to because they're stubborn and they're not submissive and we're masculine and we choose bad men. And he's right. Black men or black women need to divest from black men. Even the good so-called high value ones are extremely abusive. I think he believes that he is a high value man, but I've seen his content where he comes up and he constantly bashes black women. I know that he comes from a black mother. Seems like he grew up, again, without a father. So, again, putting the onus on black women. But statistics show that when black women marry, or they actually are getting married to men that are non-black and are staying married. When these black women enter these relationships with other groups of men, they are actually mentally and stably and financially better. Yeah. So stats are proving that the only time the black woman becomes this way is when she is with the black man. She has to protect herself because most of them are very abusive emotionally and sometimes physically. As we can see, black men are killing black women at a rampant rate. Black women are forced to be more masculine when they're with a group of men that do not lead. So she's forced to take on, roles that she shouldn't, such as taking over financially, such as sometimes even doing masculine household chores. I've actually seen black women have to change tires and take out garbage. This simply doesn't happen in a European home. So yeah, she has to become more resilient because she has no leader and she has no provider with the black man. Again, statistics show that when the black woman divests from the black man, she actually has a better and more fulfilling life mentally, spiritually, and emotionally. So miss me again with the bullshit and speak the truth. Black men are out here leaving black women alone to raise children and expecting them to come out perfect when black women are actually doing what she's supposed to do, which is nurture and be giving. And that's what she's doing. The balance and the missing link is the black man, the father. Talk about that.
All right. So I wish I could have had it on the side here so I could speak and talk about it. But this is what we're going to do. So we're going to break down what she said and why I say what she said. It really doesn't make any sense to me. And it's not necessarily that I'm, well, yeah, I am. I'm advocating for black man. Hopefully you guys see me now. So she is like the media where you take one portrayal that you want of a particular group and then that's what you regurgitate until people get to the point where they believe it's true. So let's go ahead and break down all the stuff she said. She mentioned about this guy that she had on the screen about she said that this black guy is saying that, and like many men are saying that women are combative and they have masculine, energy, and they're not peaceful and all that stuff. She was trying to say that men are saying that black women are, and some of it is true, right? And I've said on my times that sometimes what these men are saying is true. Maybe we don't like the way they are saying it. Like I've said that many times with Kevin Samuels. I don't like the way he says what he says. Some of the things are true. Some of the things I think are completely false is what he's saying. But there's some things that he's saying, a lot of things that he's saying is true and accurate. But the delivery may come across and that's causing in my opinion. But if, because I think I did a video on this guy on the Philip Scott show, and he was saying it's black women that are the problem, not black men. And of course, I say that it's both, right? We can't just point a finger at one person as if the other person is off from all problems. There's no issues. The other group is perfect. We all have issues, right? The man and the woman, right? In any racial group, is always going to be some type of disconnect because we process things differently. So there's going to be some disconnect that one time at some point we failed to listen and hear what the other group is saying. So he's saying, just like many men, these are the problems that we have with black women. Why is your idea? You said these are our problems. This is why we invest. No, this is why you need to get it together. If you want men to respect you in a certain way, then they're asking for respect. So they say you are combative, then change that. Why not be the best version and then say are? You can't put your worst foot forward, and then when someone talks about that worst foot, let's try to be better. So if our combative, if our men saying that we're not peaceful, if our men are saying that we are disrespectful, why can't we change that and then see how they respond to that? Because I promise you, more in a respectful and a peaceful manner than you do being combative. Even the Bible says that, right? A harsh answer stirs up anger, right? And so a lot of times when we hear the truth, we don't like it. So we jet out and say, we're going to go somewhere else. Well, news flash, no other man wants a woman who's loudmouth, combative, disrespectful. And I can tell you that because I would like to say that black men put up with a lot. And what I mean by that is you hear other groups would say, we're too loudmouth, we're too feisty, we're too aggressive. But black men are used to that type of behavior with black women, so they accept it, right? I don't think the white man, like what these women are saying, because when they talk about divest, they don't just say divest from non-black men. They say divest from black men to white men, right? They skip all the other racial groups and go straight to white men. Now, I like to say that a lot of white men, not women who are feisty and loudmouth and things like that, especially when we hear that, okay, well, a lot of women in their groups are also a little softer and feminine, right? Because of the dynamics of how we grew up as a society, how, we got systemic racism here. And so a lot of these things really affect how, non-black women grew up versus black women. And I say non-black because it's not just white women, but how other groups grew up too. Their culture and everything, especially if they're immigrants. Their culture may have been a little bit more traditional. They may have had the option to not work or not to be as, fight for survival. Right. And a lot of things happen in our community that does push us away from our feminine core. So with that being said, if other groups are more feminine, then they're going to be in regards to that, which means those groups of men are also less likely to deal with combative, disrespectful, loudmouth women. And not to say all black women are like that, but if our men as a whole are saying that this is what they're viewing from some of our women, then what makes you think other groups will want that? I can promise you, I saw a book where a woman was talking about divesting, and she was saying, yeah, you should divest from the black man, but if you're going to go get with the white man, you need to make sure you get your weight better, right? So here we are. We have people like Kevin Samuels telling you need to make sure your weight is right and you need to get your stuff put together. And we're mad at the black saying that, but then when we go to the white man or any other group, these men are these women who are divesting are saying that these men want you to be healthy. So you're okay to be healthy looking for this man, but not so for the black man that's telling you that's what he wants. This black man is saying he wants you to be respectful, peaceful, not combative. But then when you go over here in this group, this man is saying he wants women traditional and allow him to lead, which means you need to take the back seat as far as your mouth. And you're willing to do that. Because I will tell you, being a feminine woman, you are going to need to tame your mouth. Just not necessarily for who you're with. It doesn't matter what race, but if you want to be with a masculine man, no matter what racial group he is, no matter what culture he is, what his beliefs and traditions are, if he's a masculine man, you're going to have to be more feminine. And that means being more peaceful, less combative, less loudmouth and feisty. Not to say that you're not going to have, opinionated views and being a confident person, but it means that you can't allow your mouth to run you crazy. You can't allow your emotions take you with the wind. You're going to have some type of self-control, and that means controlling your mouth. Right? Now, another thing she mentioned, she says, does he comes from a black mother? Like, why is he talking about black women like this? Just because he's saying the truth about what's happening in our community, it doesn't mean that he hates his community. I wouldn't say that. Right? And it doesn't mean that he didn't have a father. So if he didn't have a father, he is still saying what a lot of men, that him having a black mother and no father doesn't change the truth of what he's saying. Right? So I don't know if those things are true, but it sounds like it was a way to bash him or guilt him into, if he says something about black women, I'm going to make you feel bad. But it really doesn't matter that he has a black mother and no father, because what he's saying is true. And if that is so, with him have a black mother, he probably seen a few things and is probably speaking from that experience as well. I can't speak for him. But again, that negates the fact of what he's saying, whether it's true or not. If he's saying what most black men are saying these days about our women in our community, or just women in general, Western women. So a lot of this has, like, I did an interview with his name right now, I'm so sorry, but we talk about, passport guys, and they want to move out of the Western world, because a lot of times it's not even an issue of race, it's an issue of how we are as our mindset. And with that being said, it doesn't matter if it's a white woman or a black woman, Hispanic woman, Asian woman. If you're in America or in the Western world, you're going to have this mentality that a lot of men in general do not like, and they're moving on to other traditional areas, right? And because someone doesn't have a father or a mother, because their mother is black or not, it doesn't discount what they're saying is true. A lot of people are moving from the Western world because of this mindset that women have. Right? Um, I think a lot of men more traditional anyway. Women are trying to get away from that. Then all right, can you guys see me? All right. So hold on, because it looked like it kicked me out of the other thing I had. While I go ahead and share this to get my calls back up. But what people fail to realize is a lot of groups marry within their same groups, especially blacks, more so black women than black men. But about 80% of black men and 90% of black women are marrying within their groups. So if you're going to say interracial, relationships are better statistically, financially, and things like that, it's still a smaller group. So you're comparing, 80% of people that are marrying within their same group to the small percentage that are marrying outside of their group, and saying that this is why you should divest. First, you have to someone has to want you from that group. So a lot of times people think that they have options, and sometimes they don't. They don't have options. Sorry to say, I know that's bad. Everyone they do, right? Realizing that we will do a lot better, and realizing that everyone is not going to want us from all of these groups for a lot of reasons, right? Maybe our features, because some people like people with features that are similar to how they grew up, the people around them, the area in which they're in. Like, for example, if you are someone who grew up in a certain hierarchy, social hierarchy, you're going to probably marry people within those same hierarchy groups. So we can't compare people, a small percentage of people, of interracial relationships between blacks and another person, to the large grand scheme of people who are marrying within the same groups. I don't understand why we're doing that. So we're not even going to talk about this small percentage and how they're doing better. I don't even like to look at longevity as far as a successful marriage. And the reason why is because someone could be married for 20 years and not be happy. So it's not even fair to look at the longevity of people being married, because she was also saying they stay married longer. And then she was saying how the divorce rate is higher. Well, truth be told, all right, a lot of people are married longer who have healthier and happier relationships. So not the people who just been married long, but people who are happy and healthy, they have a connection. And this leads me to the fact that a lot of you women aren't vetting. You're with someone and then you talk about struggle love, and then you're always in struggle love. It's because who you got with. You got with someone who wasn't doing anything. And then, she mentioned that, well, a lot of women are not able to step in their femininity and having to be masculine because they have to be dominant and take care of the man and do this and do that. That's your choice. Why? Because you chose to still stay with that man when he wasn't providing what he needed, right? And what you needed. And then also you decided to even entertain this have men who are abusive. It's clear that there are racial groups, in any racial group, that the men are abusive. But what she fails to realize is it's still a vetting process. When I think I did an interview with Granny Too Thick, and in Granny Too Thick, she was talking about this guy that she was with that was portraying abusive characteristics, the way he spoke to her. I say often that you should submit to a man who everything he says and does is within love. So when you're in a relationship prior to marriage, if he's not speaking to you in love, and if his actions, that means include touching you the wrong way, if it's not in love, are you with this person? You didn't even get as far as marriage. Why are you with this person? Why did you entertain them? Why are you choosing them? All right. So when we talk about the man who's abusive, the question is, why are you entertaining? Why are you people? Because these people don't just out of thin air exhibit poor behaviors, but they were angels before. It's not usually how it works. It builds up. So you stayed in a relationship longer than you need to be. And again, at the end of the day, this is a vetting process. It's nothing to do with black men. It has to do with the man you chose, right? And then she said again, like I said, black women are more masculine when you're with black men. No, you just chose a dusty man. Because you can't tell me that there's not groups where other women have a man who's dusty and she's having to pick up the slack. She mentioned you don't have to do masculine tasks in European relationships. How do you know what those relationships do? How do you know what they do in their household? And she was saying masculine tasks like change a tire and things like that. I don't have to change a tire. In fact, I haven't ever changed a tire. And even though when I was on the side of the road, I called Mercedes to come in and, change my tire at one time. And so I called my husband on the phone. And when I called him, he was giving me the steps what to do. But then this man rode by and he helped me. So I say all this to say, it does not matter at all. It does not matter at all whether it's black or white, man, because a lot of people like to talk about race. It doesn't matter at all. At the end of the day, when you are exhibiting feminine qualities, feminine energy, masculine men see that you are in need and they're going to help no matter what. And this is what we fail to realize. It has nothing to do with the man themselves. It has to do with your energy. And the energy that you bring is going to bring about people who are going to help you when you are in need. And black men who are masculine, if they see you are in need and see that you are exhibiting feminine energy, they don't mind helping. A lot of times we as black women are competing, or just women in general who have masculine energy are competing with men who are trying to exhibit masculine energy, and then the two can't connect. There's a role that you have to play. So you're going to have to get in your feminine energy, right? And he needs to be in his masculine energy. And I'm telling you, when you're in your feminine energy, you pull masculine energy. You're not. And if a man who is masculine, if you try to get with a masculine man and you are not in your feminine, it won't mesh well. And we like to talk about the high value man, that he's abusive and he doesn't want us, but we're not meeting those qualifications to be with that type of man. And when we talk, and we can't say that all high value men are doing this or being abusive. In fact, I think the word or the term that a lot of women need to use is high earning, because that's usually what they mean. They're saying that a man who has money is going to be more abusive, not high valued, because my definition of high valued is not just monetary, but he is a man who is, he has integrity. He has honor. He's a noble man. This is a man of care. So he's not going to be abusive. So a high value man is more than just his earnings. This is integrity. So a high value man, no. A high value man is not going to be abusive. A man who probably has a little bit more money than you can be. And then she said, black men, going back to, don't do, women who are in relationships with white men don't do masculine tests. How do you know you don't look like you ain't never seen a high value man before, and you look like you ain't never been with a white man before? How do you know? And I'm just, in case you forgot what the lady looked like, let me tell you, before I this is black men leave, black women to raise the children. As women, we need to stop talking about black girl magic and women empowerment, and we're going to blame black men every time it comes to being a single mom, because we are the gatekeeper to sex. We can open our legs, close our legs. We can take morning after pills. We can take Plan B. We can take birth control, IUDs, like condoms. Can I go on and on and on? Because we are the gatekeepers. There's the contraceptives, and we have a whole thing called Planned Parenthood, and we got the nerve to say that someone left children, that we had the ability to decide whether we wanted children or not, even from the beginning, not after the fact, not after we found out that we are with child, but in the beginning, who we gave our body access to. Protect your womb, make better decisions. We can't blame black men, because there's only a small percentage of black men that's creating multiple children. And I'll give you an example, case in point, Nick Cannon. Nick Cannon is one man, but there's not 10 women. So it's usually a small percentage of men and a lot of women. So who's more, that one man or the 10 women making poor decisions, knowing that if you're baby number 10, that you're going to have children with multiple women? We like to talk about, oh, yay, Sierra's doing great, but Sierra knew she was what, number 7 or number 8? Who has a child with a man who already had children with 6 other women? See, we fail to realize our issues and our problems and where we're going wrong. We could talk about how Future did all of these things wrong, but Can we not say that she didn't, that she had made poor decisions? Can we not do that? But let me play this clip just to see who the ladies that I'm talking about that made comment.
Okay, so this dude right here, I swear he has a problem, but it's okay. So he says that black women are not being proposed to because they're stubborn and they're not submissive and we're masculine and we choose bad men. And he's right. Black men or black women need to divest from black men. Even the good so-called high value ones are extremely abusive. I think he believes that he is a high value man, but I've seen his content where he comes up and he constantly back.
So I'm not gonna play all of her clip again. She don't know what a high value man is. She don't. If she did, she wouldn't be making this content. I'm telling you, any woman who's making content like this have not come in contact with a good man, let alone a high valued man. Or in their case, it really means high earning. Because high value men do not do the things that she said. They're not abusive like that because these men are noble men. They have good character. They're worthy of respect. What she's talking about is a high earning man because she's saying a man who have means and money is sometimes somehow abusive, whether it's psychologically, physically, mentally, financially, emotionally, and things like that. However, she is only speaking from someone else's experience. I can tell you, I know for a fact by looking at her, she does not know what she's talking about when she's talking about high value man. She doesn't. Right. And you know, I have a black husband. So yeah, I'm biased with it, but I also know there are good black men. There are good men in general, but there are good black men who are good fathers, right? Who are good husbands. And I think that sometimes when we go through rough patch with one or two or three or a few men, we like to take it out on an entire group of people. I can promise you, you can divest all you want, but it's not up to you of who still proposes to you. It's going to be up to those men. And then with your attitude, those men, those non-black men that you're talking about, don't want you because of your attitude. Because you're trying to guilt trip people and tell them, oh, well, you have a black mother. And that's true in some cases when people are talking about hate, but I don't think that he's coming from a form of hate. That gentleman that she was talking about, that Derek Jackson looking dude that was on the screen behind her. But it's not, I think that what he's saying though, is what a lot of men are saying. Now, is everything he's saying is true? Probably not. Right? Let's take a look at 813-813, put your comments, reach out for you may not click the StreamYard link because I'm having issues with the streaming, as you can see, but you can try to call in or put in a comment. And I'm probably going to end the live in a little bit because we're running a little bit longer than I anticipate. But here we go. Mzungu's males are just, liking to get with the sisters for a bedroom meal. Yeah. Not for loving her. Yeah, a lot of times it's a fetish with them. And they toss them away like garbage bag, glad garbage bag. This is why brothers are getting their passport. Yes. And I don't know why I cannot remember his name now. Oh my God, I feel so bad that I'm really bad at names. It will come to me. His name is like really at the tip, but I can't remember his name. I feel so bad. Actually, because I hate to not remember his name like that. So just so you guys can go and listen to some of his content. This is about the passport guy that I did the video on a while ago. Oh, you know what? That one's not on the live. Yes, Austin Holloman. So I did an interview with Austin Holloman. He talks about getting their passport and going internationally. And I vouch for that. If you're not getting what you want here in the Western world, by all means, go somewhere else. So I did an interview and I asked him a few questions of why, to get an understanding of what passport brothers are and what their grievances were. And it says he wants. Sorry, let me put it up here so you all can see it. And his passport, I want to get a melanated sister in Africa. Yep. And this is the one where he talked about they don't want you. And this one he says femininity, submissiveness, catering is lacking. Yeah, it's a lost art in a relationship. Yes, it starts with the mother whom haven't been raised to do that. Yeah, a lot of women are not raised to do that. I'm just blessed I had a mom to, taught me these things early on. Then her daughter is picking up what she's doing. She's going to go off of what she knows, right? And right here, he says, and if she, the daughter, is doing the worse than her mother, then this will be generational draining. Yes, this is what we call generational curses right here, where it's just passed down from generation to generation. So let's keep the peace, love, and soul. All right. So thank you so much for putting in your comments there. Sorry about the streaming issues that we had there, Brandon McGowan. So I appreciate it. Y'all, go ahead and place your comments. Even after this live is over with, I like to know your thoughts. Before I go, all right. So again, see you Thursday. We're going to be talking about prenups and postnuptials on this Thursday with my husband. All right. So again, thanks for tuning in to Mrs. Danielle DeVita. Truly apologize with the streaming issues. I'm definitely trying to get that fixed ASAP. All right, guys.
We live in
y'all
a
take
world
care.
where femininity, marriages, family, and courting is no longer valued. We live in hookup culture, situationships, and struggle love. The number one reason women struggle in long-term relationships, number one, femininity, and number two, staying in a relationship or entertaining people longer than the woman should.
My name is Danielle DeVita, and I'm a relationship and femininity coach. I've been married for 12 years, and I want to help you get on your feminine journey and vet for the right man today. For more of my content, you can visit MrsDanielleDeVita.com, or you can go to YouTube, Instagram, or my Facebook page. Get on your feminine journey today.